late. Late for traffic. Better, it was, yes, terrible traffic. Couldn't get here. Hello, I'm Morag Butler. Welcome to Rosslyn Court. This evening we have Hannah Scott here, which is very exciting. As usual, even though we're late, we still have the raffle. So everybody here, you're in the raffle. Hey! We don't have the jet ski yet again. Yeah, but we do have one of Hannah Scott's CDs and Who Gives a Crap toilet roll, which we will have any minute now. And at home, if you donate, you will be entered into, during the live stream, you will be entered into the raffle. And anyone who contributes to the chat, you will also be entered in for the raffle. I'm very sorry about us being late. However, I'm very excited to say that we have the toilet roll. This evening we have 2 floor spots, and the first one is going to be Paul Grant. Yay! Come on, up you come.
I might need to adjust your strap.
Yes. Is it too high?
Maybe not just the strap.
What are you saying?
Are you saying that he's taller than me? Yeah.
Is that all right?
That's perfect. Thank you very much.
No worries.
I'm going to do a song which was quite big in the pop charts in about 69, 70, but you hardly ever hear it anymore. So it's called Indian Reservation. They took the whole Cherokee Nation, put us on this reservation, took away our way of life. Tomahawk and the bow and knife. Our native tongue, taught their English to our young, and all the beads we made by hand are now machine made in Japan. Cherokee people, Cherokee tribe, so proud you lived, so proud you died. They took the whole Indian nation, on this reservation, built brick houses by the score, won't need teepees anymore. Although we wear a shirt and tie, still Cherokee Indian deep inside. Cherokee people, Cherokee tribe, so proud you lived, so proud you died. They took the whole Cherokee nation, put us on this reservation,
return, will return, will return, will return, will return.
Thank you.
Brilliant, thank you. That's really, that's really good, thank you. Oh, 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 oh.
Is that going to fall over?
It is going to fall over, yeah. Thank you.
Is that all right? Is that going to fall over?
It's going to fall over, yes. Yeah. We're going to adjust the timings. Okay. Yes.
Is that all right?
Yeah, if I can stick my neck out like that, thank you. Oh, look at this. All these men. How wonderful. This is a song. This is a song by Steve O'Donoghue.
I support my local football team like my father did before. A shiver runs right down my spine whenever my team score. And we hate our local rivals and the colours that they wear. And every time we play them, well, there's hatred in the air. But maybe it doesn't matter. Perhaps the truth, for what it's worth, is the football team that I support is just an accident of birth. And if I had been born down the way, it's not that hard to see that I would be the same as them, but I would still be me. And it doesn't really matter, but here's the truth for what it's worth. The football team that I support is just an accident of birth. I was born in this fair country like my mother was before. And we support our brave young soldiers when they go to fight a war. And we sing our national anthem, we salute our nation's flag. And our hatred of the enemy grows with every body bag. But maybe it doesn't matter. Perhaps the truth, for what it's worth, is the country I was born in is just an accident of birth. And if I'd been born down the way, it's not that hard to see that I would be the same as them, but I would still be me. And it doesn't really matter, but here's the truth for what it's worth. The country I was born in is just an accident of birth. And at the weekend when we worship like our family did before, to my God, the only true God, who'll be waiting at the door to welcome us to paradise, or so our scriptures tell. And those who worship false gods, well, they'll surely burn in hell. But maybe it doesn't matter. Perhaps the truth, for what it's worth, is the God to whom we pray is just an accident of birth. And if I was born down the way, it's not that hard to see that I would be the same as them, but I would still be me. And it doesn't really matter, but here's the truth for what it's worth. The God to whom we pray is just an accident of birth. I support my local football team like my father did before.
That was a Maury Butler, Kevin Henty's production. Thank you. Great song. It's a great song. Okay, right. Now, finally, we're going to introduce to the stage, all the way from Carshalton in Surrey, Hannah Scott.
Thank you very much. Just check we're on. Yes. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. I would not have expected this room from the outside of the building. I'm going to play some original songs for you. And I'm going to start with three or four songs from an album which came out towards the end of last year. And I'm going to start with the title track. This is a song called Drawn to Darkness. It's a song about how in life, friendships, relationships, I've always found myself drawn to people, I guess, with a little bit of sadness in them. I definitely think there's some beauty in the melancholy, as you will discover as you listen to my songs. But I also think that we can walk alongside each other, but we can't really fix each other, if that makes sense. So this is a song about that. This is Drawn to Darkness. Drawn to darkness, drawn to darkness, threads of dark lives, depths of dark eyes, find my edges, draw me inside. Drawn to darkness, dead of night skies, minds with dark sides, fill my senses, draw me inside. Drawn to darkness. Oh, 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 just to know, not to heal or to know. I am here just to hold. I will bend, I will fold. I am here just to hold, for I am drawn to darkness, drawn to darkness, drawn to darkness. I'm drawn to darkness. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I gather there are a few musicians in the room, a few songwriters in the room. You will probably understand the thought that as songwriters, sometimes songs kind of fall out, and they fall out almost without you realising you're even writing them. But more often than not, songs take quite a long time to materialise, I guess. And this next song is probably the longest song I've ever taken to write, from initial idea to the song being written, and I think it was over 10 years. And this song is basically about the end of a long-term relationship when two people have been living together. Lives have become two lives have become intertwined for a while, and then you decide that it's not working out, and those two lives kind of have to untangle. And I had this idea when I came out of a relationship in my mid-20s, and a couple of years back I was talking to my mum, who was coming out of a long-term relationship, and she said to me, "Hannah, I feel like I'm untangling my life from his life." And I said, "Mum, I'm really sorry, but you've just given me the title for the song I've been trying to write for 10 years. So this is Untangling, and I can thank my mum for this one. We've been building castles everlasting, or so we planned. All our empires will come falling. We've been building in the sand. Find a doubt, you hold it in. very much. Thank you. So over the years, I've written a few family-inspired songs, and you'll hear a few more of them later. I have been lucky to have one amazing grandmother, but this song is about my not-so-amazing grandmother, who basically, when my mum, this is my mum's mum, when my mum announced to her that she was going to marry my dad, she said to my mum, "If you marry this man, I never want to speak to you ever again." And she stayed true to her word for about 20 years. I think my mum finally met her when I was about 16 or 17 for the first time. So I've got 2 younger sisters. She missed out on 3 grandchildren growing up. And I feel very strongly that it wasn't her decision to make. And although my parents' relationship didn't last a lifetime, they were happily married for well over 20 years. And I don't think I can really argue with that. So I've written this song, and this is called Shape.
I think it's...
She's the child that you betrayed when you denied the choice she made. She refused to yield. You tried to shut it down. You to feel. You chose to cut her out. How your words held their shape, held in time, held in place by your fear of losing face. Now you're 20 years too late. Child, you make a mind its own desires, its own designs. How you let them grow is how you gain the most.
Thank you very much. So this next song is it's also from the fairly new record. It's going to be new for a while because there isn't a new one coming anytime soon. This is a song called Letter, and this is about how we don't write to each other anymore, at least not with paper and pen. And I feel that that's a bit of a shame, really. I always say the irony that I wrote the lyrics out on my laptop doesn't escape me. However, to paper, your words speak much louder when written in ink. Write me a letter, you say it much better. It takes you more time, so there's more time to think. No, I don't want tact, and I don't want it tight, and I don't want to read from the screen. If we don't hold a pen, we'll forget how to write, and we might just forget how to say what we mean. The postman delivers. There's nothing of interest. It's always official. A bill or a fine, or estate agents looking for houses to sell, and the house that I live in won't ever be mine. I remember the thrill of a handwritten line and the words that were crafted for me. We don't hold a pen 'cause we don't make the time, and we might just forget how to say what we mean. I'll write you a letter, put pen to paper, 'cause words speak much louder when written in ink. There's love in their curves, there is thought in these words, 'cause I give them my time, so there's more time to think. No, I don't want to tap, and I don't want to type, and I don't want to stare at a screen. I will pick up a pen and some paper and write. I don't want to forget how to say what I mean. Remember the thrill of a handwritten line. It's a gift, you can give it for free. So let's pick up our pens and some paper and write. We must never forget how to say what we mean.
Well, I'm really enjoying this. Thank you. I hope you're enjoying it as much watching the live stream as we are. I understand you're getting a bit of chatter in between the songs. That's because there are people here. We're chattering. We're enjoying it. We're saying, wasn't that good? Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that. We're very pleased to be able to share this music with you, and we hope that you'll be able to share maybe a little bit of your income with Hannah, and perhaps you could buy her the equivalent of a bun at Margate Coffee House, which maybe you don't live in Margate, but everywhere has a Margate Coffee House, and you all know the price of a bun, you know, and that would do, wouldn't it? Yeah. You go to posh places. Yeah. So, can you tell us where, in the unlikely event of us not winning one of your CDs, where people can get them from?
Yeah, absolutely. Via my website, which is hannahscott.co.uk.
hannahscott.co.uk. Fabulous. That's brilliant. Lovely. Okay, thank you. So, if you can't, if you're not in a position, goodness knows lots of us at the moment, you know, money is a bit of a squeeze. So if you can't donate to Hannah at the moment, enjoy the music, enjoy it, and join in the chat. Tell us where you are and who you are, and you know, be part of the concert. I'm going to stop now. Okay, thank you. Hannah Scott, yay!
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a real pleasure to be here this evening. Yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming out on what probably is the warmest of the day of the year so far. Although I believe tomorrow is going to be even warmer. What was that? Sorry. Don't like the heat in the back there. I kind of wish I didn't have to work tomorrow because I'd have stayed and gone for a swim in the morning. So yeah, in my 20s, I wrote love songs really, and then kind of in my 30s, as I've got older, I feel like I'm kind of writing more songs that tell stories or just kind of talk about what it means to be human. But if you don't mind, I'm going to play a couple of very unashamed love songs now. This first one is called Winter Coat. Cold, cold as a stone, more than cold I felt, lost to my bones, when I'm not myself. Am I someone else? You found me and you wrapped round me like a winter coat. You thaw me and your words warm me like a winter coat. Weak as the sun on a winter's day. I walk till I'm numb. Will the seasons change if I stay the same? You found me and you wrapped round me like a winter coat. You thaw me and your words warm me like a winter coat. Lifeline fills this space, how it dances where the silence reigned. Now the piano sings. You found me and you wrapped round me like a winter coat. You thaw me and your words warm me like a winter coat. You found me and you wrapped round me like a winter coat. You floor me as your words warm me like a winter coat. Just like a winter coat. Just like a winter coat. Thank you very much. Slightly the wrong season to be thinking about winter coats, isn't it? I thought as I was singing that. This next song is called Bigger Than My Body, and it's really a song about how in certain moments emotion, feeling, love, I guess, can feel like there's not enough space within you to kind of contain it, if that makes sense. Bigger than my body. It's a feeling that keeps growing. It's a storm beneath my skin. It's a cup that's overflowing, and it's feet that can't stop dancing. This love cannot be contained. This love, let it grow untamed. This is love, and I'm not ashamed that it's bigger Thank you very much. So I'm going to sing you a song about my my good grandmother, or inspired by my good grandmother now, who I sadly lost at the start of last year. She was 4 or 5 months short of her 100th birthday. And I genuinely think if it wasn't for COVID, and she didn't die of COVID, but if it hadn't been for the fact that we were all locked down, isolated, I think it was hard for everyone, but it was particularly hard, I think, for older people. She was living on her own, and yeah, I think she probably would have made her 100th birthday. But that aside, she was an amazing woman, and as I kind of grew older, she became more of a friend really to me than a grandmother. Yeah, I miss her a lot. This song is actually the second song that I've written about her. I'm going to play the other song in the second half. Yeah, I guess in the kind of last few years of her life, she shut down a little bit. I guess, you know, she reached an age that, you know, most people won't reach. She lost a lot of her friends. If we're honest, I think she'd probably come to terms with her mortality and was ready to go before she did. And although that's really sad, I think there's something. She was lucky, you know, because so many of us will be taken before we're ready to go, right? But this song was really written to kind of tell her story, but also to say, you know, you're still alive, Grandma. There's still some pleasure to be found in life, you know, even in the small pleasures. And you know, it would be nice if you did. So this is a song called 98. When your bones give in and your hair grows thin, there's more lines than skin in the mirror. When your mind gives up 'cause your thoughts get stuck and your words don't come quite as easy, so you dwell in dreams of dying. Do you think it feels like falling or flying? There's a swelling days of hoping that there'll be somebody waiting where you're going. When your Christmas cards came in thick and fast, as the years go past, they get fewer. When your friends have gone, still you stumble on, while the younger ones went before you. So you dwell in dreams of dying. Do you think it feels like falling or flying? There's a swelling days of hoping that there'll be somebody waiting where you're going. Step outside, there is pleasure yet, and soft spring air, let it fill your chest. So step outside, for the day's still left, and feel alive, and the power of your breath. So you dwell in dreams of dying. Do you think it feels like falling or flying? There's a swelling days of hoping that there'll be somebody waiting where you're going. So you dwell in dreams of dying. Do you think it feels like falling or flying? There's a swelling days of hoping that there'll be somebody waiting where you're going. Thank you. So I'm going to lift the mood a little bit with this next song. And because I know there are a number of musicians in the room, feel free to join in with the choruses once you've picked them up. I played a really nice gig 2 or 3 weeks back, and there was an open stage at the start of it, so the room was full of musicians, and even without my inviting them, everyone joined in kind of throughout the whole concert, and it was the nicest thing. So feel free to. So this next song is a very new one. A couple of months back, I moved in with my partner, and that heralded the end of a 15-year stint of renting in London. And basically, I was living in a little studio flat in Ealing Common, and the last 2 weeks I was there, I was without mains lights. I woke up one morning, late one evening, and I heard a drip, drip, drip sound. I thought I'd left a tap on, and I went into my bathroom, and there was water coming through the bathroom ceiling. And naively, perhaps, the next morning I tried the lights, and let's just say the lights didn't work until I left. And that was fairly standard experience when it comes to renting. And I thought, there has to be a song in this. And I wrote this song. It's called Sitting in the Dark. The original title was not so clean. It had an H in between the S and the itting. But I decided I would keep it clean. And having now sung it in a church, I'm glad that I did, because I'm not sure it would have sounded quite so nice had I used the rude version. So this is Sitting in the Dark. Feel free to join in if you like. As I sing to you by lamplight, like it's 1922, the 15 years I've rented make me laugh. The cash I paid my landlords tops £100,000, and still I'm sitting in the dark. Sitting in the dark, you got it. And there's mold upon the ceiling, and there's damp behind the doors. So I paint and paint to stop it, leave its mark. But the underlying issues no one seems to want to fix. That's why I'm sitting in the dark. Sitting in the dark. After 13 years of sharing, I got a small place of my own. It was meant to be a grown-up, brand new start. But the furniture was broken, it was full of dirty stuff, and now I'm sitting in the dark. Sitting in the dark. In the dark, I am sitting in the dark. Now the rental system's broken, this everybody knows. But Foxton's really knock it out the park. Once they've taken half your income, no one cares that it's your home. That's why I'm sitting in the dark. In the dark, I am sitting in the dark. In the dark, I am sitting in the dark. I am sitting. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Right. Right, I'm going to go back to my my latest album and play 2 or 3 songs from that to finish the set off, depending on how much time we've got. This first one is a song called Tongue Tied, and this is it's quite an old one, and it just ended up kind of not getting recorded for various reasons, and eventually I said let's record this one, and so it made it onto this album, and it's a song about those moments where you kind of have overflowing emotions that you really need to express, but you can't find the words to do so, and it can be a little frustrating. This is Tongue Tied. Thank you very much. I think that means a couple more till the break, right? Yeah. Okay.
One more before the raffle.
And then one
Then
more
one
after
more
that.
after the
I'm
raffle.
on it. The timings of all. I was looking at your clock. And
I know it's all gone
It's
wrong,
all off,
hasn't
isn't
it?
it?
It's
So
all
We
yeah.
can blame the technology for that.
We can.
So this next song was inspired by Durham Cathedral. Has anyone been to Durham Cathedral?
Yay!
Very long way away from here. I was lucky to study in Durham, and it was an amazing city to be a student in. But I often found that when I was, struggling with the kind of student angst, I would be kind of drawn to the cathedral, and I would go and sit in the cathedral and just think, not think, and I would always emerge from the cathedral with fresh perspective on whatever problems I might have been facing. And I always thought how amazing it was that kind of religious spaces, it doesn't have to be a cathedral, it can be a tiny little village church, or, you know, not even kind of a Christian space, but how those spaces can really, you know, have that impact. And I filmed a music video for this song last summer in the church that I grew up singing in a tiny little village called Brantford, which is just outside Ipswich in Suffolk. And the vicar was kind enough to allow us to use the vestry to kind of get changed and do makeup and that kind of thing. And I pulled, there were some curtains up, and I knew there were pegs behind them, and I pulled a curtain back, and underneath the pegs were stickers with names on, and there was my name, and next to that was my sister's name, and next to that was my other sister's name. And it was just one of those moments, so many years have passed, and I just felt, you know, kind of connected again to my roots, I guess. But there was also a tinge of sadness, because it obviously means there's no choir in the church anymore if my name is still there. So it was lovely being back in that space. And if you like the song, then the video's on YouTube. It got a little play on Radio 2 just before Christmas as well, which was nice. So this is Hallelujah, and Hallelujah.
Thank you. It's been really wonderful. Thank you. Please pull two.
Two. There's one.
One.
You do that one first.
Ruby, you've won the CD. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Ruby's here, nearly celebrating nearly the end of her exams. Second one. Ooh, Carol Cole. Now that's interesting. You just got in, Carol Cole, with like half a minute to go. Well done. If you could send me your address, I'll send you the toilet roll, you lucky thing. Yeah, my goodness. Yeah. Okay, back to Hannah for one more song before the break. Yay. Fabulous.
Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm going to finish with another song from my newest record. This is the only kind of politically inspired song I guess I've ever really written, and it kind of came about in the aftermath of the Brexit vote and the Trump elections in the US. And what I was struck by most when I watched the telly or looked at social media was how everyone kind of appeared to be shouting their opinions at each other and not really listening to each other's opinions. And I wondered whether maybe if we started listening to each other a little more and talking at each other or shouting at each other a little less, whether some of the problems we have in our society might be a little eased. Maybe that's naive, I don't know. My mum, before kind of semi-retiring and working on her beautiful art, which she should have been doing really all her life because she's an amazingly talented artist, but before that she worked in some quite challenging secondary schools in Suffolk. And she would always say to her students that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and so if we were meant to talk more than we listened, surely it would be the other way around, which I really like. And I don't know if that ever got her challenging students to be quiet, but yeah. Anyway, so that yeah, there we go. This is a song called How to Hear.
I feel
Thank you very much. Thanks to everyone watching at home as well.
Thank you, Hannah. That's been really, really wonderful. We've got more in store here, but you at home, sorry, that's the end. So for you at home, I'd like to thank Roger, who's been working his socks off. Thank you very much, Roger, and Phil, for dealing with the technical issues. Well done. And John and Grace and Chris and Helen on the door and Lizzie and Danny in Galashiels, who are also letting everybody know of the different links and things for this evening, which is rather wonderful. Thank you very much. Paul for singing. Thank you, Paul. Yeah. Great song. Love that. And of course, Una at the bar with her penny. Who didn't win the jet ski again. Yeah. Next week, we have nothing. However, on July the 7th, we have Skinner and Twitch, who are rather wonderful. A bit of vaudeville, you know, good fun, good songs, funny, fab voices, wonderful harmonies. Then on July the 14th, we have Iona Lane, who has sort of kind of folklore type songs, you know, stories and lovely, just gorgeousness, yeah. And then on July the 21st, we have Katie Carr, who is an interesting woman. She was born in Poland. She sings songs in Polish and also in Ukrainian. I don't know whether you've seen her on Facebook. She's been singing Ukrainian folk songs. And she's sort of an ambassador for Polish culture. So that's going to be a really interesting evening. She's also very retro. If you see the picture of her, she looks like somebody out in the 1930s. It's fascinating, very interesting woman. I had a conversation with her this week. And she plays the ukulele, so what's not to love? And piano. Anyway, I have to thank you all for coming and supporting live music. I have to thank Hannah for coming all this way. It's been brilliant. Thank you very much. We've got more in a minute. We've got a break. My name's Maura Butler. See you on July the, whatever it is, 7th. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.